trying
Oh,
to,
well.
do we think we're pretty much? Okay, well, I hope that your workshops were filled with the information and that you're feeling energized and motivated to start the Girl Scout year. I know it's already started, but to get really going on it. I was hoping that y'all remember to designate a spokesperson. And how about if we have somebody from Group 1? Who's Group 1's designated person? It's Adriana. Is it Adriana? You're muted. Susan, did you?
Which group is group 1?
Group
Sorry,
1?
it's me. Yes. Yes. Sorry, my daughter was just talking to me.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, so we're going to spotlight Adriana, and why don't you tell us which group it is and what your takeaway is?
Oh, my takeaway. Okay, I was just gonna add, but I think that it was a great workshop. I got a lot of great ideas. My troop is second year juniors, so I love the idea of really thinking further ahead to kind of keep them more engaged in the now, of like an upcoming trip, you know, for the future. If we like work hard, we can actually like achieve a further out goal. So I love that there was some sort of like, this is what we've done, it exists, and that can, you know, be true for you. Something that I wanted to share to keep parents engaged is that we've done like a mom's night out at the end of the school year. I definitely do a parent meeting in the beginning, but something that has kind of come into its own is like another parent actually plans it, but it's our troop moms that will go and do different things. We've done a night out, just dinner, and then one time we went to like a salt cave area thing, and we just like all hung out in there, and it was really nice, just something out of the box and different, like our own little troop activity for moms. And so that really kept the moms engaged, and also kept the girls kind of like being a part of it, seeing that their moms are involved too, even if they're not participating in, you know, all the troop events, because a lot of moms work. Just seeing them engaged in some way, I think, has helped us kind of keep our troop together in a lot of ways. So that's it. Thanks.
I'm muted. That's going to be the statement of the year. Group 2, who is the designated person for Group 2? The name of your group, and what did you take away from it? What did the group take away from it?
Which one is group 2?
Group 2 would be the outdoor one.
Okay.
Sorry.
I couldn't get any volunteers, but I could give you a recap if anyone needs it.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, we talked about all the really cool outdoor badges that Girl Scout has to offer. So there is something for everyone. Getting outdoors doesn't necessarily mean pitching a tent in your backyard. GSUSA has this really great progression chart that starts with basically looking outside your window, and it ends with going on a multiple day hiking, camping extravaganza. We also have a lot of opportunities to get outdoors right here in Nassau County. You can find those in possibilities in the outdoor section. Camp Blue Bay is our Girl Scouts of Nassau County's property out in East Hampton. It's lovely. We have opportunities there also for troops, for parent-child, for council camp programs where you can bring your girls, as well as a summer camp that we run, which is really great. Different ways to get outdoors. Same thing, follows a progression. You might start with bringing just mom and daughter, and then you might let your daughter go on her own for the whole summer. So definitely follow a progression. Don't just start with that 3-night hike. And like I said, the badges are for everyone. It's not just cooking over a fire. It's not just learning a new outdoor skill. There's badges like outdoor art and nature in math and nature, which shows that there's outdoors for everyone. So that's kind of what we talked about, and how you can literally find something outdoors for everyone, movement breaks, things like that, getting outside.
That's perfect. Thanks, Kiersey.
No
And
problem.
Group 3 is, what's your plan? Who's the designated person for Group 3?
Hi, I am Sophia. I'm a new troop leader for Daisy Troop in Baldwin, and it was really rejuvenating to hear from what your plan is. Kathy and Jennifer really shared a lot of resources that's available at our fingertips, like while it can be nerve-wracking because you're trying to plan, you're trying to satisfy, for the girls and also the parents who are investing their time in this experience for their kids, making sure that we realize that there are so many people available for us, and we walk through the volunteer toolkit. There's a challenge going on right now. So if co-leaders complete it, you can earn badges for your girls. But even going through that, you can get a lot of information that helps you walk through every aspect of a meeting that you need, so that you don't feel like, wow, what did I get myself into? It's like, okay, this is what I want to do. This is all the information I need. They shared information again about possibilities, as well as the online center, so that you can go chat with other parents. So there's a lot of information. I mean, you can Google, people have done the work, and it's you adapting it to meet your needs and what it is that your girls want. And I think that there's a lot of committed people here, and you could just reach out. But they shared a lot of useful information about supply packs and just the calendar, budgeting ahead of time. And I think it just goes into, as much as we don't have the time, planning is important, but again, the resources are available that you don't have to sit there with an empty Word document to create it. It's all available for you. And it's just a matter of making sure you know where to go on the Nassau County Girl Scout website.
Thank you. Wow, that sounds awesome. And we have a few minutes left before we need to close. Were there any additional questions or comments or suggestions as to, like, maybe a wish list as to what kind of material you'd like to have covered in the future? I'll open it up to the floor. You can just unmute yourself or raise your hand. I can't, let me change my view so we can see everybody.
Someone said an app.
Huh? Oh, GS app in the future? Well, I will tell you that just before the pandemic, there was a GS USA initiative that we were actually, our council was chosen to be part of that initiative, and it didn't do well. They had to go back to the drawing board and retool it. So yeah, there's something in the future for that. I don't know when that's gonna, because they haven't gotten back to us since then, but it was yeah, we actually had a pilot troop that it just didn't work out. So they're still working on that, but yes, that's a good idea. Thank you for that, Rachel. Laura?
I think Susan should hold a workshop on how to plan a trip to Switzerland.
Yes. That's like epic, absolutely epic.
I would be happy to do that. If you guys ever want to do that, I would be happy to do that.
We got to get traveling back on to being able to travel overseas for Girl Scouts back on the docket, and then we can have Susan come in to do it. I would listen to that anytime, and I've seen some of the pictures, so yes, absolutely. Who else has any questions or comments?
This is Rachel. I have one more question.
Sure.
First of all, this is amazing. Thank you all. And I just started a Daisy troop like this week. Yeah. I don't know if this is a silly question. So we're troop number 1290. Now I started this for my daughter and her kindergarten classmates. As they progress and say like their first year brownies, do I keep the same troop number? Do I get to travel with that as they get older?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have a troop that I happen to be aware of that started as Daisies. They're now seniors in high school, but the troop started to break off because they're seniors in high school. And the troop leader was very, very adamant and passionate about making sure that she preserved that to the last until their graduation, because it's like it's something that they worked really hard on. And instead of becoming Juliet's individually registered Girl Scouts, they managed to get through, and they graduated, and they had all 12 years with that same number. So that's yes.
Okay, thank you. And one more, I logged into the OLC. It looks like our service unit, Carl Place Westbury, hasn't had activity for like 5 months. Is that kind of normal where there's not that much happening on there?
I can't speak. I don't know if there's anybody else on here that's from your service unit, but what I will tell you is it may be that they're not using the OLC as much as I do.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like a great tool.
So that would be something I would bring back to your service team. And it may also be because of the pandemic that they need to get back into it between that and the summertime. But I would definitely reach out to your service unit team and ask that question. And I would encourage everybody to use the OLC. It's a great place to be able to get the updated information. As soon as I get information, I put it on, and it's, you know, if you see it every day, almost every day I'm posting something, whether it's a scholarship, a new program, a community service, a program, you name it.
And how often are service unit leaders holding leader meetings?
That depends on the service unit. Some of our service unit managers want to jump in there.
So Park Association, we usually do it once a month. We usually do leader meetings once a month.
Okay, thank you.
We also do once a month. Oh.
Thank you.
And
We also do once a month, and this year coming up, we've decided to do one in person, one virtual, one in person, one virtual.
very cool.
This
Just
way
to go back to the
when there were
OLC thing.
conflicts.
Oops, sorry, Laura.
I'm sorry, when our leaders had conflicts, we decided to do those meetings virtual so they could still log on while they were at another meeting.
Oh, wow, okay. To go back to the OLC, somebody just pointed out that it's important to know that to make sure you sign up for the different areas. So like the Carl Place, you would sign up for that, the parent one and so forth, just so that you get the notifications. That's important information. Any other questions or comments? Okay, well, I want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank all of our presenters and our workshop facilitators for taking the time to put their presentations together and stepping up and being able to share part of themselves with you to inspire you to keep going on with what's the wonderful things about Girl Scouts. We will be sending out a digital document, hopefully by the end of next week, with like summaries and information and resources that we talked about all during this presentation. And if we have successfully recorded the workshops, and I do believe that we have, that's the wonderful news. We will also get that to you as well. That was an accomplishment. And I want to thank the staff the team that put this together and the team that's been on here this whole time orchestrating this to make sure. It's amazing. 2 years ago, we didn't even know how to do a basic Zoom, and now we're doing spotlights and breakout rooms and all sorts of crazy things. So it's been a learning experience. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to see all the great things that you guys do during the course of the year. Send pictures to marketing@gsnc.org. We love to see the pictures, and you never know, they might end up on social media. So good night, everybody.
Good night.